Okay, we are jumping back into Pioneer, and we are going to be looking at, so for those of you who don't, this is the hero deck, as you can see here. This was one of the first decks where we were trying out Hero Precinct 1 and Pioneer. I'm actually swapping it out here because we're running the Gigantford list, so we want it to be, there we go. We're going to swap that out for Widespread Fever. I just want to see which one synergizes better. Obviously Widespread's harder to remove being an enchantment. Making mana over making 1/1s might be better or worse. We're going to see. Basically, we're going to test here. Because we're not running 80 cards, I don't feel comfortable running both of these in a NIV synergy because that puts 8 more cards. 8 cards in that aren't hittable with our NIV. Or our... obviously, the big downside here is Bring to Light doesn't hit an enchantment, so we can't get this. But let's be 100% real. If we are Bring to Lighting for a Hero Precinct 1, we've probably already lost that game. So let's break this deck down in terms of colours. We'll move Valky to where he should be with Visit. So as I said before, 4 Widespread Feveries. Hideaway 5, 2 in a red. When it enters the battlefield, we hide away a card. We look at the top 5, put a card under it, and then if we meet the condition, we can cast it without playing its mana cost. And Widespread triggers, whenever we cast a multicolored spell, create a treasure token. Then you may pay Wooburg. If you do, you may cast the Hideaway card without paying its mana cost. So, this halves the cost of half our deck. If there's 2 of them out, every spell we cast is mana neutral. You also got to remember the synergy with Bring to Light. Bring to Light exiles a card, then you cast it. So if we have 1 Widespread Fevery, and we tap out to play Bring to Light, and we cast NIV, that's 2 multicolored spells, that's 2 treasure, which means you can probably cast at least 1 removal or protection spell. So I'm very impressed with Widespread. I think it might be a mainstay. We'll see how it performs in the current meta. I haven't been in Pioneer for a while. So let's move through our colours. Azorius. Main board running the Charm for its versatility here. Putting an attacking or blocking creature on top of the deck is very good. In my first testing match I used it against the Reanimator deck to throw their Ashen Rider on top of the deck. Also, if we just need to, we can just end turn, cycle it, draw a card. 4 Vanishing Verse, exile removal on monocolor permanents, pretty solid, always has been, always pretty rich will be. We have Tyrant Scorn and Drown in the Lock. Drown is going down in my estimations, you'll see why when I come to the Golgari cards, but it's either Counterspell or Destroy. It can be good, but it's got specific matchups. Scorn's great card, always kills a creature / bounces a creature into speed. Is it Charm for versatility? It's a looting if we need it. It's a non-creature counter, or it can be just a shock to kill something annoying. We have Colligan's Command here for its versatility as well. As I said before, returning a creature, discarding a card, destroying an artifact or gaining 2. Very good. I believe Rat combo is still prominent in this format, so always solid to keep in ring. And our big hit, obviously, Valky, Tybalt. We'll never technically cast Valky unless we're stuck, but we can also just Tybalt Cosmic Imposter, offer Bring to Light, and just get insane value that way. Running a playset of Deathrite Shaman because I never understood why this card was banned in Modern until I started playing it in Pioneer and just absurd how absurd this card is. So, it is a 1/2, so it blanks any 1/1s. You can tap it and exile a land from a graveyard to add 1 mana of any colour. No fetch lands in this format, so that's pretty conditional. But you can also tap in, pay black to exile instant or sorcery from a graveyard. Each opponent loses 2 life. Or you can tap in, pay a green, exile a creature card from a graveyard. You gain 2 life. So there have been 2 different scenarios with this deck where it's been insane. The Reanimated deck I mentioned earlier, I resolved this in game 3 and it just locked them out. Whenever they tried to put anything in the graveyard, we exiled it in response to them attempting to reanimate it. And then we also incidentally gained life, which kept us alive. But also we fought a mirror matchup with the Optimized NIV deck. And by Optimized I mean running Omnath and all that other stuff. And they struggled with the fact that we were just incidentally draining them for 2. Even when the board state stalled, we could just exile our own instants of sorceries because we had no purpose for them, and drain them for 2 on the end step every turn. So this card is insane, and I'm very impressed with it. Alright, moving through our colours. We have an Arlen, the Pack's Hope. She is our resilient threat. She can give our creatures flash, or just be 4 mana for 2/2/2s. She is solid to resolve early, and if you can flip her into the Moon's Fury, she's just a 5/5 beat stick, which is insane. Just a strike for selective removal against certain creatures. We're still running our Selesnya Charms. I am still impressed with this card. I think it's probably the best card for green-white instant that we have. I know Dramoka's Command is good as well, but that's very conditional to this. This is at worst a 2/2 that can beat down. At most it's a pump spell or an exile effect. And against reanimated decks or Rat Parhelion Reanimation, this is very solid. And Bring to Light, our namesake card. We know about this one. We basically just cast it for Wooburg, find a NIV, or find conditional stuff that we need. Primarily, we will always grab Niv Mizzet, or we will grab Valky. And our final card should just be our, free of Niv Mizzet here, just for the absurd value. Wooburg, 6/6 flying. Reveal the top 10, put one of each 2-color card combination into your hand. Very solid, very fun card. Moving to our sideboard, we have vetoes for the control matchup. We have Edgar as a resilient / life gain threat. Very solid effect. He's in the sideboard here because Kalitas runs rampant in this format in the black decks, and that shuts off Edgar's reanimation. MTGO for our combo decks. Keranos is a good value engine for matchups where maybe Niv Mizzet won't be too good. For example, in the mirror, or if we're expecting our opponent to surgical extract our Nivs, we can put in a Keranos as a backup tutor. Abrupt Decay for early creature / permanent removal. Culling Ritual as a solid board wipe for everything. Our companion Gigantha. I didn't realise, like I said this before, but these are regular sized deer, and then I realised how actually big Gigantha is. Jeez. 2 Clarions for the small matchups, and Voice of Resurgence to throw in if we're up against an aggro / control-y deck that we could use them against. Anyway, that's the list we're going to run, and we'll just fire through some matches, see how things go. I'm going to take the first 5 regardless of what we get. Let's see.